Political leaders in Pueblo firing back tonight after state auditors, as we reported, released that scathing review of the management and finances of the state fairgrounds.
News 5's Andy Cohen in our Pueblo studio tonight with a closer look at the issues the audit uncovered and why local leaders think this is unfair. Andy.
Rob and Elizabeth, the state auditors point out the fair's been operating at a loss for 21 years, and more recently, those deficits have grown to the point that the fair depends more and more on subsidies from state and local taxpayers. But local leaders say the report is missing some important context, and some even think that state politics could be motivating this inquiry. A troubling new report about the Colorado State Fair reveals the event has operated in the red for decades. In recent years, deficits have topped $4 million a year. State auditors point to weak oversight by the fair's authority board as the cause.
The one thing that I always tried to explain to legislators is it's not a profit center. It was never meant to be a profit center. Why it's indicated in state government as an enterprise is beyond me, something that the legislators in 1997 thought was appropriate.
County Commissioner Chris Wiseman served as the state fair manager and later as Deputy Agriculture Commissioner. He thinks it's inappropriate to classify the fair as a state enterprise, meaning that it's financially self-sustaining. What's more, he said that new state auditing rules have added costs to the bottom line that lawmakers traditionally paid for, like employee pensions.
And you always see them looking at issues specific to the state fair. I mean, there's a couple of requests I'd like to make for audits that should happen up north.
State Senate President Leroy Garcia suspects there could be some politics at play, considering how frequently talks start up about moving the fair up north.
We're not going to move the state fair. The state fair is going to stay in Pueblo. We just need to really figure out how to support that fair to make sure that it can be as successful as possible.
And Representative Esgar added that fair management has already implemented many of the auditor's recommendations. And the State Fair's General Manager, Scott Stoller, told us in an emailed statement that he and the board are working closely with the Attorney General's office to get a legal interpretation on some state statutes that are governing the structure of the fair, and that they view these auditors' recommendations as tools that can help to elevate and advance Colorado's agricultural industry. Always watching out for you, Pueblo. Andy Cohen, News 5.
Andy,